there is this common syndrome among our men, which is catching women young and naive. And they're like Esther. We have heard stories of men abroad coming home to marry native, young, and naive ladies, all because there's a belief that African girls in the US have gone crazy.
Village gay.
They've gotten rotten and they've now exposed. And they've become too independent. Now, can a native or naive lady remain that way without changing? And when she becomes exposed and watches Oprah Winfrey, how can a man handle such a wife?
It's because of a viral video of a young man in the US who shot a video of his baby mama calling 911, accusing him of domestic violence.
Right.
In the video, she said, I have an 18-month-old baby. I'm with his father and his father's mother. She has to leave this house. And we saw the guy shout out that, thank God, my hands are up. I did not touch her. I did not touch her. And the police came in and the lady was saying that she had been slapped. Now, another lady of African descent went to interview, went to investigate, and I sent that link, you know, to us. And she found out that what happened, they had been married. He was living in the US, the house he had bought, brought her from Nigeria.
A village gay.
They were married. Within 2 years of their marriage, the marriage broke down because the lady became, the marriage became turbulent. When they were going through their divorce, they now found out that she was pregnant. And he decided to do the honorable thing by his baby and said, you know what, we will cohabit as baby mama and baby father. And so they went ahead with their divorce. Now, his mom had come from Nigeria to visit, and the lady wanted her own friend from Nigeria who wanted to come and deliver in the US to come. That was what caused the katakata, that she was saying the mom must leave the house, and she, in the video, seemed to be blackmailing the former mother-in-law. Now, the question is, some people were saying, it's good for the guy. When you will see Nigerian ladies in America, you will not marry. You went to go and bring someone from Nigeria. And that's why we're discussing the issue.
Now our eyes have opened.
So, for some people, you bring them from Nigeria where they are naive and they have no exposure at all of their rights. You are avoiding the ones who know their rights in the US. Rather than go with one of such, you say, these ones, they won't listen. You now go and bring the one that will now find out her rights when she gets to the US and then treat you badly. That's the discussion today.
Okay.
Esther.
I would say that we should not limit it alone to saying men traveling out. In Nigeria here, some men will tell you that the exposed, civilized, sophisticated ladies that are working are not good wife materials. They will prefer to go back to the village. A girl that's tend to be very chaste.
21.
Very chaste. And very young, that doesn't even know anything. And you feel that you can just bring her to the house, lock her up where she just comes, cooks for you, bear children, and that lady, when she gets to know more outside. So exactly what Jumoke just said.
She becomes wise.
And in fact, they take it to the extreme. It's like you have a job.
Is it laziness, Esther, on the part of our men to work in a relationship with an educated woman? You don't want to do any work. You just want somebody who can just sit down there. Go there. You don't want to do the extra work of understanding, of having that conversation, of trying to manage problems.
Let's deeper. Let's dig deeper.
Right.
Why are the men
Afraid.
getting married? So when you get to about 35, people start asking you, why is your house so rough? Go and marry.
God bless you.
Why are you eating out? Go and marry.
They are looking for.
Why are you not? Nobody is taking care of you. Go and marry. So the idea of marriage from that perspective is not an intelligent conversation. Tush girl, somebody that would encourage me and foster my dream, the bone of my bone, rib of my rib.
Yeah.
It is
someone to take care of the house.
Come and clean the house. Come and wash the plates. Come and do all that. And you, Esther, you are head of news. So in your mind, they think you will start running washing machine or be cutting and be cooking breakfast, lunch, dinner. You will try, but you have work to do. Obviously. So you are not the spec for such a person. They will go and find their spec.
Amen.
They will go to the village and find their spec. Who will do that for the next 5 years until their eye open?
Let me say this. It is better that a man that knows he doesn't want a threat in the house, or that doesn't want intelligent conversation, that doesn't want to, you know, argue issues, and you know, to better off, look at the woman first. I look at, just let me put myself in this scenario. Look at me, I know that will not work, and run to the village. Then thinking you can now curb and turn.
But you know what? The conversation.
There are people who actually take that option, and they're better for it.
Go to the village.
Yes, go to the village, because I know somebody who had this issue in the US, particularly one of my uncles, my brother's friends. He had that issue, and he kept breaking up with Nigerian women because they would tell you that, listen, you can't do that to me.
Yes.
And they'll be arguing. I mean, but yes, you can't do that to auntie, you know, that kind of stuff. You know? So we're having all that drama. One day, this uncle, Alfioruko Bulashi, came to Nigeria, came back, brought the girl, and the girl, you know what he did? No TV.
Okay.
No work.
Wait.
No TV.
Oh.
You're not working. You are going to be assisting him. Thank God he was a doctor, right? So he had his own office. So he made her.
Him in his practice.
Yes, receptionist. You're the receptionist. So as you're finishing work, we're going together. He will lock the phone. Those days that you can lock phone. He will lock the phone. She can't call up. Now, whenever we want to come and visit, I'm trying to manage it so I don't.
Okay, so pause there. Yeah. My question from this story, Nima, I will allow you. Is that a marriage? But if that's what makes him happy, you know, different people for and different reasons for marriage. I'll come back to the reasons for marriage. Nima.
No, let me now finish that story such that fast forward many years after.
They're happy like that.
Still together. The woman has Bakandara, but listen,
is she happy though?
She has gotten her American paper. She's
used to the man. So she never knew any better. So
he exposed her.
Is she happy?
Well, I wouldn't know that, but I know that from they are still together.
She won't know about define happiness.
Yes,
happy now. See, that's what I wanted to say, that, you know, people's experiences, you know, define how they view life. For instance, a man who has been through it all and thinks that, okay, I've tried all these educated people, exposed women, they are not working. And thinks, if I just don't want small Pekelemes girl like this man, train her, whatever I want her to be is what she will be. And it works for him. That's his experience. That's life. It's not always such a bad thing to, you know, to catch them young.
What happens when she changes?
It was the norm.
Which is what happened in this case.
Most of the time.
In most cases, the thing is, if I don't know anything, I won't. If I'm wronged, as long as I don't know, there's no problem.
Yes, you don't
when
know your
I
rights.
discover
Your rights.
how I have been disenfranchised in what should be my own home. You understand? No, but that's the thing. It is the exposure, even within Nigeria. Even within Nigeria, it happens where somebody goes to the village. You live in Lagos, you go to the village, you bring a girl to the house, and you marry her, and then the next thing she starts to see other babes around wearing bomb shots, all that. They start admiring her. She realizes that I'm a fine girl. My husband has just left me here.
That's not how it's done for those who successfully carry it out.
What did they do?
How it's done is, you pick a small girl. You don't just pick the small girl. You pick her from the background that she's from, knowing that these are our expectations and that it falls in line with what you want.
Yes.
Because Mo was saying is laziness. So those men who successfully carry it out actually don't do the lazy work. They do the whole work. They know her mom, they know her dad, they know the kind of background she has.
And she knows what she's going there to do.
You know, and she knows what she's going there to do. Even if she has all the successes in front of her, that will not be her definition of happiness. A definition of happiness will be within to be a good wife, have children,
and that's all.
People
change. So I've realized that there are many young girls whose idea of happiness is as far as the man can take care of them. They have no ambitions of their own. So as far as I am not barren and I can have 4 or 5 children, if I can be birthing them every 2 years, it's okay. And cook for my husband is happy, that's all. In the days of our grandmothers, their expectations were not more than that. Only a few of them that would say, I'm industrious, I want to be farming, I want to sell cola nuts, I want to help my husband. Such men, I think they do themselves a disservice though. The potential that a woman has, that God looked at Adam and said that on your own, you are incomplete. And took out of his rib and made a woman to complete him. You now decide that all the potential in a woman, you will throw it all away because you don't want somebody who argues with you. Okay, Morayo, I saw my parents argue. My father was a strong man. He took his wife to England. She was educated there. Right. So she had a mind of her own. In such a case, I would see my father write notes that he's owing my mother because she was an empowered woman. What happens to you when your wife is a senior maid and you have financial problems in their house?
Okay, all right, we'll discuss that when we come back. But I also want to flip the script because there are Nigerian women who are educated abroad, smart, they have their master's degree, they're doing well, and they can't get a good husband because the average Nigerian men are either marrying white women or going to Lagos to look for. So some women actually come back to Nigeria seeking to see if they can meet a man. We'll flip the script a bit when we come back. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So we went out to ask the same question to our viewers. Watch this.
The issue is that why most of them come down here to actually get to pick a wife for themselves is basically because the culture over there is alien to them. So they want cultures that they can relate with.
Probably when they get there, they get exposed, okay, and they know what actually, you know, they know that they now have the rights.
There are so many laws that can tie that person.
If you, as a Yoruba woman, have been trained, you know, to respectfully almost kneel down to feed your husband, you have been trained to cater to your children, take them to school, do all of those things. You know, there's just some things that will enhance your person as a woman.
The man need to actually see how he can actually align his passion with that of the lady, because without doing that, problem will continue to exist.
You don't play with a woman's emotion out there, because if he sues you, you're in for it.
Sometimes because of these differences in culture, men would rather they pick somebody who you understand.
So they would rather want to come back home and take the one that are not really too exposed and marry them.
So they come here because the African woman originally is trained to be respectful, obedient, even we abide by the biblical rules.
You would agree that our institutions here are better.
Yes, interesting views there, but let's take some tweets, Jumoke.
Banky says, men should learn to be flexible a bit and not too rigid, as many are too always lorded over their wives. Isioma says, Nigerian women that most of the men go home to bring back are a hole of trouble. They learn the wrong things and become more American than the Americans. Ranking Lock says, you ladies assume the women involved are uneducated and naive. I know an educated lady who did exactly the same thing to a friend. Ajileye says, ladies should fear God, subject themselves to matrimonial discipline. Our men are suffering abroad. Banky, as for me, I can't marry an arrogant or proud lady, but I can't maltreat my wife in the name
Only
of
29 says, calm down. This trend is as old as Imo River, 20 years ago. Men come from
yes,
so the question is now that, is it that our women have become so modern that they have forgotten what it is to be a wife? Or what are we doing wrong that we don't, or what is the role of a wife?
I would like to state this clearly. The fact that you're sophisticated or you're civilized does not remove the fact that you should be respectful and submissive to your husband.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, that is one thing that people, ladies should know. You're educated,
Esther,
but doesn't mean
I think we know that, but I think men
the definition of submission
that we don't, or they assume we don't.
It's the definition of submission that is the problem.
Control. Yes.
Okay, whether it's control, submission.
Okay, so a lot of men who do these things, they'll say, because you're educated, you have masters or PhD, I cannot control you. One, they're preemptive. Or in the relationship, you are very argumentative. You tell me to sit down and I ask you why.
Why should you ask me why?
So
I'm your husband.
Saying that I cannot control this one. She's just always asking me questions. I just want you to sit down when I tell you to sit down.
Brings back my question. Is it that modern women no longer understand the role of being a wife?
So let me tell you what I think it is, right? So if a woman has been educated, she has some intelligence and wisdom. Wow. That's why she will ask you why. If a woman was totally uneducated, she does not know the difference.
She
does not know, so she's not going to ask any questions. Okay. It is a disservice to any man not to want a woman that will ask you questions.
Are women too educated now?
Let me take this call from Abuja. Thanks for calling. Are you there?
Yes, please.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, please, I just want to correct an impression, please.
Please do.
Hello?
Please do. Go ahead.
Yeah, the EFCC is not under the police, neither was it under the IGP.
Okay.
That's the impression I want to.
Thank you very much,
Never under the police at all.
Thank you very much,
The chairman of the EFCC can be appointed from any security organization according to the act of the EFCC. It can be appointed from Customs, it can be appointed from NIA, it can be appointed from any security agency. So it's not under the police.
Thank you very much.
There's a tweet. Temi Tokwe Adirogba says, okay, women have rights, I agree. But most women want to eat their cake and have it. You want to answer Mrs. without the burden involved. Okay, so which burden?
So that's another question. The responsibilities of being a wife is different in different climes. And in Africa, the responsibility of being a wife is that you are the cook, you are the cleaner, you are the homemaker. You are the one that keeps the family together. And so the men feel threatened by a sophisticated woman who is also aspiring for the same goals as a man, rather than conforming to the expectations of being a wife, which is keep the home. Don't go and look for the bacon, just keep the home.
Naturally, as a wife, I know that I am the official house girl for the family, because I take care of a lot of things that is not my husband's work. I take care of my children. I'm the one who has to run 2 jobs and know how to create spare time for the home. But the issues are the abuses within the home. For instance, a man who would oppress or slap around his wife, restrict her from, doing other things, having her own free time, is abusing her. So those are the issues. A woman who will take that abuse might not be an educated woman who knows.
But that's not the problem. What I'm saying is that the married men are men that want to marry think that if I marry a woman that is knowledgeable and is aspiring to become an Oprah, that is a person of Oprah, you won't be able to take care of the house. You won't be a homemaker. You will not take care of the children. You will start telling me that I cannot have children in the first 1 year of marriage. I want to have children after 2 years or 3 years.
Responsibility in the home is different. I know my responsibilities in the home.
You do. Some people don't.
A lot of educated women, a lot of working class women know that they have these duties.
Call for Martins. Martins, are you there?
I so much love this topic this morning. But I want to see, all you want to see from one angle. That's what we call individual differences.
Yes.
You understand?
Very true.
I have seen somebody that married from the village, and they are doing very well.
Yes.
Very well right now. And I've seen a couple of people that came home from abroad and married, and the marriage is not working. So there's individual differences. Women of nowadays are exposed. You understand? Nobody wants to marry someone that is naive. Forget it. Even when you think the woman is not exposed, by the time you married her, you take her abroad, she sees what is happening there.
2 years.
I've also seen people that are bred up in abroad. My cousin's sibling came from abroad recently. They can speak Yoruba more than my kids. They are doing very well. They can't even, they agree to, they will kneel down. So I want to agree with Tokwe and Jumoke to some extent. It's the way your parents brought you up really matters in this dispensation. I'm the first one in my family. My elder sister is the doctor. The one that follows the doctor. I'm an Ekitima. They are doing very well in their family, and nobody. So the way you have been. I lost my mother when I was very young.
All right, Martins. Thank you very much. Yes.
Okay. Have you realized that some of the men that finally goes to get this good girl and bring her home, and she does everything, the wife part, they're still bored to the point that some of them go out to meet those intelligent women.
Esther, high five.
To have conversations with them.
That's the point.
They call this mental romance. But those things, you come to the house and the only thing she does for you is to cook.
Homemaker.
Make children.
Senior mate.
It is done. And guess what? You can get anybody to do those things for you.
So that fosters
but the men
promiscuity.
But Morayo, the men we have now have not gotten to the point where they understand that I can employ someone to do homemaking for me and have a partner.
Not Ozarumo.
No, other room is not in the option.
Homemaking is part of
homemaking is cleaning the house, washing.
While your employee is washing and cooking, you and that your partner are in the other room.
Yes.
So she won't be tired. She's not giving you excuses, and you can think, listen, right? Two become one.
Right.
A man who has himself for a counsel is a fool. So if you refuse to marry a wise woman that you can come and talk to and say, I want to take this business decision, and she will think about it, and God has put intuition in women, and she say, we don't do this.
Let me pause you for a second. Men, when they come to you for advice, that's not what they want.
They don't want you to listen.
Just listen.
Not all of them.
Whatever you say.
No, not my brother. Not my brother.
Okay, so let me take this call from Okwayemi. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, please. My wife is actually a big fan of your show, but she's not around now. I'm on vacation, that's why I'm privileged. I really like the topic this morning, but I want to correct an impression.
Please.
Education is not a major problem here. I think it's personality.
Okay.
It's personality. I watch a movie of Leonardo DiCaprio, and I watch the father-in-law say it to him that it is the joy of every father to give out his daughter to a man, a responsible man. So don't see this as an African thing. In the Western world, they cherish this stuff too. You understand? So it's not that it's not that everybody does not like something like that, but people love it. But can they afford it? Can they be disciplined enough? Can they take such responsibility?
Thank you, Okwayemi. I want us to go back to, I think, what Tokwe had mentioned earlier. Okay, so what are the, let's remove educational. What are the exposed women doing wrong? That the men who should approach them would rather go to Ekiti or go to somewhere to go and get.
You're questioning their authority. You as an exposed, educated woman, you can see from afar that this decision he wants to make may be detrimental to your family. And you're questioning and say, oh God, don't go and put 1 million naira in this business. Hold on. And he say, who are you? Shut up.
That's not what they're doing wrong. Why the reason these men are running out is because they are actually pretending to give the impression that they are like those girls. And some men can see through it. You will find a woman who is very educated, you know, has her own class and comes to the house, starts to cater for the man, wash clothes. Yeah, they have not married you, kneel down and do all that. A man knows that, you know, at some point, you won't do it again.
I want to agree with Jumoke though. I think
Let me take a break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation and take more calls and tweets. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So, Tokwe, you had a comment?
I wanted to agree with Jumoke with what she said, saying that Morayo asked the question, which I addressed earlier, which is that what are we doing wrong? What are the modern women doing wrong? And I want to say that men, there's a God in everyone. We are created in the image of God. Men want to be worshipped. They want to feel like I am awesome. I am a superstar. And they want a woman that would buttress that for them. So for a woman that is modern and is earning as much as you, there's no big deal. What did you just do? You just came back, you drove, you opened the fridge, you did one. Kill a big deal. But for that village woman, that word is wisdom. And so it makes, that village woman will make the man feel like a god. It makes him feel awesome. It makes him feel like a man. So we are not buttering up the ego of that man, which is what is missing, and they go and look for in that village girl.
It goes back to what I said in the initial stage, that a lot of men don't want to do that extra work. You see, the same exposed woman can be that woman.
Yes.
But it takes a man to earn that respect from that woman. Because in my own marriage, it happened in the first, most of us are marriages, first 1 year, 2 years, your husband had that, I cannot control you, don't talk to me. Me and my husband had that issue. And I was telling him, please, if you wanted a Ekiti woman, you should have gone to marry her in Ekiti. Me, I was born and raised in Lagos. My parents, don't try me that nonsense with me. We'll have that back and forth. But eventually, we are now, how many years past that? It happens. But initially, we now smoothen the edges, and now we understand each other better. The same thing, my husband was willing to do the work. He was willing to work with me to get me to the point where...
Was your husband looking for a baby-making machine and a cook and
No, he wasn't. Absolutely
no, he wasn't. If that was what he was looking for, he would have married the Ekiti woman.
Most men don't do that
anymore. They want to still feel like I'm important.
Listen,
I want you to acknowledge me.
A lot of Nigerian men, you don't assume that they want all these village girls. They want educated, they want conversations.
Yes, but they want to feel like the man.
Also, they want to feel like the man. So it's just for you educated women to understand and listen. Yes, we can have that head-to-head conversation, but at the same time,
that's where
step down.
I respect you as a man.
That I still say it again, that you being educated, sophisticated, does not make you downplay the role of your husband.
So when your husband says,
when you cook his food,
when they say jump, there's no time. Let's leave that. Let's leave frying dodo, and it's not brown. Let's leave frying dodo. It's not brown.
God bless you.
The dodo is too burnt.
Why do you feel that
how will you reduce me to
a
checking
woman
the temperature of the
just
dodo?
to cook? Listen, I love you. I will do anything to please you. If it includes cooking. When I need to, I will do it. No. I will make sure that the house is clean. But as far as all of these rules are done in the house, you don't need to bother about that. What's our goal and our focus as a family? Where are we headed to? Am I helping you in that your goal?
That is why
forget cooking and who is doing it.
See, you see that line of submission that Esther keeps emphasizing, the respect and everything.
Yes.
Once an educated woman has a doubt about a decision taken in the home, is she free to express it?
Oh.
Whether she expresses it or not, does she hold the belief or not? Because even though she's not allowed to say it, she carries that belief in her mind that this thing is going to go wrong.
Okay, let me take this call from Bode. Bode has been holding for a while. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Please go ahead. Sorry for keeping you.
You guys, like somebody said there, it's a big deal. You guys at times are overrating this thing. My mother is a doctor and a professor. The issue here is that why most guys don't marry in sophisticated girls, is that look, we saw you guys when you were in school. You were following sugar daddies and things like that. You were
very true.
Our league.
Very
so
true.
That is the truth of it.
That's another piece.
That's
another piece.
We now find you guys as spinsters. We are already marrying your juniors because you guys are above our league. All of us are in WhatsApp groups from our past university days. Half of the girls are single because in those days they were above us. They were not talking to us.
Very true.
They were following bigger men, married men, senators, governors, professors.
Very true. Another angle. That's another angle entirely. That's another angle.
Okay, but you see, I have an aunt who has never entered, since she got married, she has never entered the kitchen. And she's old enough to be my mother. Because her husband already knew from day one, my wife is not a kitchen person. But in other areas, they gel. So it just goes back to a few calls we had that it depends on each individual, what you're looking for.
So, but the thing is, Bode raised this new kind of warm of, we're not on the same level. You've always made it look like you're a big girl. Yes. So I'll not come and approach the big girl that is driving.
You could not toast when you were a big
I look at it that a lot of marriage facing crises, most men will tell you, I don't feel respected. They don't feel that thing. How many of us hail our husbands? You see lecturers, professors that they will say, oh no, worry me, like you own me, anything for you. The man feels like
I have to bring it down again because that what Bode said, I don't totally agree. It goes back to the confidence of this man. The confidence. Yes.
You want to go and
listen to me.
Listen
to me, Jumoke. There's a woman that I know. She was driving a Jeep, doing very well. By the time she got married, her husband didn't have anything. But the man had confidence in himself. He knew who he was. She wasn't an Aristo. She had everything.
Legitimate money.
She had legitimate money. The level Aristo girl was, she was on that same level. But you see, the woman,
I have a question.
Let me make my point. The man, knowing that, listen, no matter how much money you have,
I have the authority.
I have the authority. And they still have a good marriage till today.
I've realized one thing, that these same Aristo girls in terms are the first people that won't get married before the good girls.
They are the ones who kneel down for the man.
True.
They are the few.
Forget it. I know.
I have a question for Alaja that I have not asked her. Alaja, your number 1 and number 2 priority in life as a young girl was to 1, get married. Number 2, have children.
Yes.
Of course.
Number 3, then have a career.
So you did not tell your husband that you were interested in a career. No. What he only saw in you, Ele come and marry,
my husband did not need an allow to tell him that I had interest in a career because he met me on my way to law school. And I was dead serious. I left Lagos. When we were married in Lagos, there's a law school in Lagos. I applied to go to Abuja, so that I will face that side and face it head on. So it wasn't deceived. He knew the kind of person I was. When I have something, a goal at hand, I face it. Just like I had the goal of having children, I faced it.
No, but that's marriage to you. So look,
that's my definition.
Men, I think that the advice to young men is, what's your goal in life? Who is the person who will help you achieve it? If a man thinks that by himself, as the lord of his mansion and the lion of the tribe of his own house, is alone and can make all the decisions. All he needs is a woman to just bear children to fulfill all righteousness for society. My mom has been asking me for children. So he just marries one girl, anybody will do. But a man who realizes that a woman is a helpmate. A woman is a helpmate.
You need a Michelle.
You need a
Michelle. You need an Hillary.
And that she can multitask. She can take care of the home and also help him in his thought process to the extent that you see such men when they marry. Well, how much they used to make in 1 year, they will now make times 10 of it because a woman.
If your goal is to be an Obama, you need a Michelle.
Yes.
All right, that's all we can take on the show.
What if your goal is to be a Michelle?
All right.
You marry an Obama.
So today's, I mean, that was a fantastic conversation we had today, because I know that everybody wants to continue this conversation. We're going to continue online. So tag us on Facebook, Twitter, tvcontinental.tv, #YourViewTVC. We'll continue the conversation. Don't forget, Celebration starts on the 9th of this month. It is an annual music festival celebrating the memory of Fela Anikulapo Kuti, a Nigerian musician and human rights activist. Please don't miss it. We're going to be there. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.